You might have heard about the Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset. This thing is an absolute powerhouse when it comes to mobile chips. For a while, Apple was holding the crown for mobile performance, but Qualcomm has really stepped up its game in the last few years. The latest Snapdragon chips are not just about raw power, they're also impressively efficient, which is a game changer for smartphone performance. Now, with all this extra power comes a bit of a headache: heat. Yep, more power can lead to overheating issues, and that's where Samsung comes in. They've really nailed their cooling solutions lately, rolling out massive vapor cooling chamber systems in both their mid-range and flagship smartphones since 2023. So when it comes to the Galaxy S25 lineup, I'm not sweating the Snapdragon 8 Elite overheating. Samsung's got this under control. Let's talk about the Realme GT 7 Pro, one of the first phones to pack the Snapdragon 8 Elite. Testing has shown that while this chip is a beast, it's a little tricky to keep cool. That's not too surprising though. Qualcomm decided to ditch the efficiency-focused cores we've seen in previous mobile chips and went all in on performance cores. This has left some Samsung fans wondering just how the Galaxy S25 lineup will handle this fiery new chip. But if history is any guide, Samsung's flagship phones from the past couple of years have had stellar thermal control, thanks to those big vapor cooling chambers. Even mid-range devices like the Galaxy S25 have shown impressive thermal management. Samsung clearly prioritizes keeping their devices cool, which makes me cautiously optimistic about how the Snapdragon 8 Elite will perform in the Galaxy S25 lineup. Sure, the S25 series is still a few months out, so nothing's set in stone yet. But for the first time in ages, I'm not worried about a flagship Galaxy phone turning into a little toaster oven under pressure. Now, I have to admit, I'm usually the skeptical type who loves to complain, so this is a refreshing change of pace. Here's hoping Samsung keeps up its excellent track record and doesn't let us down when it comes to preventing overheating. And here's an interesting tidbit. We're already buzzing about the upcoming One UI 7 for the Galaxy S25 series, and there's a hidden feature that could totally elevate your gaming experience. Get this, rumor has it you might be able to disable thermal throttling. This little nugget of info comes from a tipster on X who's been spilling the tea on Android 15 and One UI updates. So, where do you find this awesome option? It's hidden in the developer options menu, basically the techie playground that most regular users don't dare to enter. It's packed with advanced settings meant for developers and enthusiasts, but it looks like Samsung is bringing back an option that was briefly available in One UI 6. If you're not super into gaming and want to stretch your battery life, being able to tweak performance settings could be a real game changer. But wait, there's more. The Galaxy S25 series might finally introduce seamless updates. Yes, you heard that right. Samsung seems poised to catch up with the times by adopting a faster update process. So, what does that mean for you? Google has had seamless updates on Android for a while now, allowing for quick background downloads without interrupting your phone use. However, Samsung flagships have been lagging behind, relying on that old school method where your phone restarts and then you sit through a lengthy installation. According to leaker on X, the upcoming Galaxy S25 lineup will support these seamless updates when they launch next year. You'll be able to keep using your phone while updates download in the background, just restart when prompted and boom. You're up to date without the hassle. Sure, Samsung's Galaxy S25 5G offered this functionality earlier this year, but the S25 series will be the first flagship models to feature seamless updates. That's a pretty big deal. So, what are your thoughts on the upcoming Galaxy S25 lineup? Are you as excited as I am? And if you want to keep up with all the latest Galaxy news and snag some 4K wallpapers for your device, don't forget to check out our Telegram channel, link in the description below. Alright, folks, let's dive into the full specs, design details, and expected pricing of the upcoming Samsung Galaxy S25 series to help you figure out which one might be your next smartphone. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any updates. We've got a lot to cover. First up, the standard Galaxy S25. The Galaxy S25 is set to rock a 6.36-inch dynamic AMOLED display. This screen isn't just pretty to look at, it promises improvements in brightness and color accuracy that will really make your content pop. You'll get a 120Hz refresh rate along with HDR10+ support and a sharp resolution of 1080 by 2340. Plus, it's all protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 3. So, Durability is key. For selfies, you've got a 12-megapixel punch-hole camera up front, while the rear features a triple camera setup, including wide, ultra-wide, and telephoto lenses. The exact sensors are still under wraps, but we can expect some solid photography capabilities. Under the hood, the S25 will be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 in the US, while global models will have the Exynos 2500 or MediaTek chipsets. You can choose between 8-12 gigs of RAM and storage options, ranging from 128 gigs up to 1 terabyte, all using speedy UFS 4 technology. This beauty is equipped with a 4100 mAh battery that supports 45-watt fast charging. And yes, it'll come with all the modern connectivity options you need: 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 7, and ultra-wideband support. It's launching with One UI 7, based on Android 15, and is expected to hit shelves starting at around $800 in January 2025. Next up, the Galaxy S25 Plus. Moving on to the Galaxy S25 Plus, this model features a larger 6.7-inch dynamic AMOLED display with the same fantastic brightness and color improvements. You'll also enjoy a 120Hz refresh rate with HDR10 Plus and a resolution of 1440 by 3120, all wrapped up in Gorilla Glass Victus 3 for extra protection. Selfie lovers will still get that 12-megapixel punch-hole camera, and the rear camera setup mirrors the S25 with wide, ultra-wide, and telephoto lenses, though we're still waiting on specifics for the sensors. This one's also powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 in the US and Exynos 2500 or MediaTek chipsets globally. You'll get 12 gigs of RAM with storage options of 256 or 512 gigs, again using UFS 4 technology. The battery gets a boost to 4900 mAh battery that supports 45-watt fast charging, and all the connectivity goodies like 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 7, and ultra-wideband support. It's launching with One UI 7 on Android 15 and is expected to start around $1,100 in January 2025. Now, let's talk about the star of the show, the Galaxy S25 Ultra. This powerhouse will feature a 6.9-inch dynamic AMOLED display with the same stellar improvements in brightness and color accuracy. It also boasts a 120Hz refresh rate, HDR10 Plus, and a stunning resolution of 1440 by 3120, all shielded by Gorilla Glass Armor 2. For selfies, we're expecting a 12-megapixel camera, with some exciting rumors hinting at it possibly being the first S-series phone to have an under-panel camera. On the rear, you'll get a quad camera setup that includes wide, ultra-wide, telephoto, and a periscope lens. Again, specific sensors are yet to be revealed, but we might get a new 50-megapixel ultra-wide lens. This flagship will be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 across all regions and will come with 12 gigs of RAM, and this time you might also get to see a new 16 gigs variant and storage options of up to a whopping 1 terabyte, all utilizing UFS 4 technology. The battery here is a robust 5000 mAh battery that supports 45-watt fast charging. As with its siblings, it will support 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 7, and ultra-wideband, and it's set to launch with One UI 7, based on Android 15. The starting price? Expect around $1,300 in January 2025. Overall, the Galaxy S25 series looks promising, with some familiar elements from its predecessor, but also exciting enhancements, especially with the Ultra model. The exclusive Snapdragon release means we should see some solid performance improvements across the board. The new design of the S25 Ultra is a refreshing change, especially since previous models had a similar look for a while. Plus, there's a lot of focus on AI, with the collaboration between Samsung and Google, which means we can expect some cool new features at launch. While those of you rocking an S24 might not feel the urge to rush out and upgrade, anyone with an older S model or those considering their first Samsung phone will find these devices very appealing. The launch is still a bit away, but we can expect plenty more leaks as January approaches, and I'll be here to share them as soon as they pop up. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future.